Oh, hi, y'all. Welcome to Nikki's World, where my podcast show will give you viewpoints and insight that others will not give. I'll talk about like what's current, what's on the news, what is out there, and I will always cite sources and I always cite facts and news links so y'all know what I'm actually talking about. I give you my viewpoints and opinions, and if you want to hear what I have to say, what's on my mind and all that, I let y'all into my world and let y'all hear and listen to what I'm thinking and what's going through my mind. So if you love stuff like that, tune into Nikki's World twice a week, where you'll get 2, 3 podcast episodes a week on what I talk about and what's on my mind. So thanks for listening, and let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, you guys, we're going to talk about this civil war that is brewing in this country. This has gone from a cold civil war to now a warm civil war, and it is about to get warmer to the point of getting hotter by the time the election gets near. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Locals, guys. If you guys want to support and sponsor Nikki's World, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have affiliate links, including Minds.com, which is the alternative social media platform to Facebook. I also have a diaper referral link from North Shore Medical Supply. All right. And before we get this show on the road, guys, if y'all love this episode, and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, seriously, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Wow, man. Yeah, I know. I hadn't been podcasting in a week, and my job schedule has been a little crazy, hectic, and all this shit. So it's been a whirlwind, and it's going to settle down eventually. And as soon as it does, guys, on my days off, I'll have time to podcast an episode or two. So I will have time to podcast, and when I do, you'll get a show like twice for me, whether on my days off. Okay, so it's been a whirlwind, and things are getting like busier for me. Like for example, my like a reserve unit, we're getting geared up for training and all that. And then I have a lot like a boudoir and modeling photo shoot sessions coming up in the spring as well. So yeah, I got a loaded show and a loaded season and a loaded schedule. So anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we, guys? And as always, guys, you know me, I'm diapered up as always, so I'm podcasting to y'all diapered as always. So, anyway, guys, I want to talk about what's going on in Texas, okay? You know the border crisis that is going on in Texas where Brandon, aka like Joe Biden, has opened the floodgates to illegal immigrants in this country, and now like millions and millions of illegals are flooding in this country, and Democrats think it's a fucking good thing. But then guess who bears the brunt of all this? Texas. And then Texas has decided to take on the federal government by deploying the National Guard to the border and saying, no, we can't allow these illegals to cross the border into our state and then ruining it for everyone else. So basically, it's like this: you got Brandon, who basically has put himself in a fucking corner with no way out here. Because the fact of the matter is, Brandon went to the Supreme Court to get them to okay him to remove the razor wire that Texas Governor Greg Abbott put, okay? And the fact of the matter is that Texas has every right to defend their borders, even if the federal government is failing to do what is obligated in the Constitution. But then again, the left and the Democrats don't believe in the Constitution because they believe in power, and we we all know how fucked up that is. So Brandon went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, yeah, you can go cut the razor wire. But then Texas says, go fuck yourself. We're keeping the wire up there. You know what I mean? And so now Brandon has put himself in the corner. And this is an election year, ladies and gentlemen. This is a presidential election year. It spells bad news no matter how you cut it, ladies and gentlemen. It spells bad news no matter how you cut this, okay? It spells bad news. Optics is everything, ladies and gentlemen. Photo ops is everything. Social media posts is everything. The second that Brandon federalizes the Texas National Guard and takes away hit like Governor Greg Abbott's troops, it's all over. It is all over. Okay? It is all over. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you call it, no matter how you spin it in an election year, it is essentially all over. The second that Brandon federalizes the Texas Army National Guard, it is basically his Waterloo moment. Trump will win by a fucking landslide. At the moment, I'll just say this on the podcast show. The moment Brandon federalizes the Texas Army National Guard, it's all over. No amount of spin from the fucking left Democrats will ever like gloss over. Trump will fucking win by a landslide. It'll be a foregone conclusion because the fact of the matter is, Texas has every right to defend themselves. Texas has every fucking goddamn right. to defend their borders, even if the federal government doesn't want to do their fucking job like they're supposed to in the Constitution. The fact of the matter is, the Democrats are all about, oh, we should have an open border. We should have no borders. We should be a sanctuary country or city or state. Well, here's the thing, you dumb fucking liberals. You want to be a sanctuary city state? Then go ahead. Texas will be glad to bust all the illegals in your state, like they've been doing to California, to Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, and even to all the liberal cities like in Boston. Go ahead. You say you want to be a sanctuary city for illegal immigration? Then welcome them in. Why don't you liberals go down to the Texas border and take the illegals into your city and state? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, libs. You say you want to be a sanctuary city for illegal immigrants. You say you want to be progressive, socialist, liberals. Put your money where your fucking mouth is. You know, it's the old saying in the 80s growing up, talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words. Okay? Talk is cheap. Actions speak more loudly than words. It speaks loudly to a T. Because you know why? In my generation growing up in the 80s, what you say means shit. What you do means a lot. Because back then, we didn't have social media like all this shit. Okay? Your reputation is based on what you do, not what you say. Today's generation is, oh, what I say, that's my reputation. But what you do is like, yeah, whatever. So that's why it's like this generation talk people like to talk more, but don't like to do more. Yeah, it's that simple. So it does beg the question like this, guys. Libs say they want to be sanctuary cities. Let them. Let them. But let's get back to the Texas one, okay? Texas has every right, okay? Texas has every right to defend their borders, whether the federal government likes it or not. Texas has every right. And Texas is saying the federal government is failing to do their job, failing to do what is constitutionally required. Yes, I am standing with Texas on this one. I am, guys. The fact that Texas has every constitutional right and every right to defend themselves. But the fact of the matter is, the federal government is failing to do their job and do what is obligated in the Constitution because they want to go for all their socialist, communist, like ideology bullshit. Yeah, it's that simple. But I'm gonna say this, guys. I'm gonna say this. The second that like Brandon federalizes the Texas Army National Guard, he's virtually lost the election. You can consider him done. He'll he'll lose big time. Trump will win on a landslide, regardless of what they're campaigning. He will win by default. It'll be the biggest upset since Ronald Reagan, guys. And I will tell you this right now, guys. And I'll tell you this. The fact is, Texas has a linchpin in all this. Because if Texas Army National Guard gets federalized, Governor Greg Abbott has another option up their sleeves. It's called the Texas State Guard. It's it's a little known fact that some states like Texas, like New York, California, you know what I mean, in Georgia, they have they have what they call a state militia and state guard. It is separate from the Army National Guard and it's duly owned and operated by the state, so which is a state-owned entity. Okay, they don't get they get funded by the state. Okay, but they don't get recognized at the federal level. They only get recognized at the state level. So basically, if the Texas Army National Guard gets federalized, the Texas State Guard comes in, will continue to build the razor wire, will make it harder for illegals to cross into Texas. So basically, the libs are in a lose-lose proposition. Okay? Think of it like this: in a chessboard, they're in a lose-lose proposition. They're losing no matter what. And believe me, optics matter. Okay? Publicity matters. And the fact of the matter is, the second that the Texas Army National Guard is federalized by Brandon, he loses the presidential election by default. He will lose no matter what he does, no matter what he tries to campaign, no matter how he cheats. He'll lose because people will see that on social media, global news, and all that. He'll lose. He'll lose. Optics is everything. And I'll bet you right now, there's probably some crazy lunatic lib saying, "Oh, you should federalize the Texas Army National Guard so Greg Abbott doesn't have the ability to block illegal immigrants from coming into the country and destroying America." That's what libs want to do. They want to destroy this country. They want to destroy America. And you know why how they're doing it? Flooding the country with illegal immigrants. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. But the way I look at it like this, and the way I look at it is that Governor Greg Abbott, he should stand his ground and firmly say to the federal government, "You ain't doing this. Sorry, you ain't doing this. Not in my home, not in my state. Not in my state. You ain't doing this. Nope, 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 nope." It's that simple. Yeah, it is that simple. But the way I look at it like this, guys, the way I look at it, the way I look at it like this, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas is in the right on this one because he's protecting his state. Brandon is trying to destroy the state and destroy this country with the help of his Democrats, his far left radicals, and his socialist and communist Democrats. But here's the thing. Like I said, guys, optics is everything. Okay? And I'm telling you, the minute he does something, everybody's gonna like say, "Oof, what the fuck is he doing?" Yeah. But I look at it like this, guys. I look at it like this. Brandon is in a lose-lose situation here, folks. He really is. He's in a lose-lose proposition. There is no way that he's ever going to win the second he federalizes the Texas Army National Guard. And the fact is also, Greg Abbott has many states backing him right now. He's got so many states, it's not even fucking funny. Okay? He really does. He's got like, at least for what I'm told, 25 states backing him. Okay? So basically it's like this. State of Texas is in a standoff with the illegitimate administration saying that, "No, we're not letting you flood the country with illegal immigrants. We are not." But then his far left radical leftist Democrats are trying to flood the country with illegal immigrants so they can try to stay in power. But then here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're in an election year. Any move that Brandon makes, he's done. He's finished. He painted himself in a corner. And you know what that means, guys? There's no damn way he's ever getting out. There is no damn way he's ever going to win. There isn't, guys, because if you look at it like this, if you look at it like this, guys, I, no matter what Brandon tries to do, Trump's gonna capitalize on that. Trump's gonna capitalize. And if the standoff is like this, you got leftists who are trying to say to Brandon, "Oh, federalize the National Guard, take away the Texas National Guard from him." Minute he does that, it's all over. It's all over. it's all over. Even a political strategist will tell you that is basically your Waterloo right there. He'll lose in a fucking landslide. You can forget the convention. You can forget the primaries. The election will just be a foregone conclusion. Trump will win in a fucking landslide. Whether you like Trump or not, that's on you. But in either case, he'll fucking win by a landslide. He'll win hands down because I'll tell you this, guys. I will tell you this. He'll win. He'll win royally. He will. He will win royally. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, Brandon and his fucked up Democrats want to strangle Texas. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead. See how that looks during the spring, summer, and then going into fall, and then going into November. See how that looks, Brandon. Because I'm telling you, man, you want to strangle Texas because Texas is getting in the way of you flooding the country with illegal immigrants? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brandon. Strangle Texas. See what happens in the election. No amount of cheating is going to help you because once people see what you're doing, they're going to say like this, fuck you, Brandon. They're going to give you the double barrel middle finger and say, fuck you. Yeah, it's that simple. It is, guys. They're going to give you the double barrel middle finger because they're going to say, no, you can't do that to the states. You can't do that. Guess what? We're going to punish you at the ballot box because what Democrats don't fucking realize, voters don't have, have very long memories. They don't have short-term memories. They have very long memories and they remember every little shit that you've done. Okay? Voters don't forget. They've they don't forget what you've done to them during COVID. They they don't forget what you've done to the economy, to the job market, our reputation overseas. They don't forget that. They will remember that when they go to the polls, when they go to the ballot box and vote on in November. They don't forget about that. So that's why people I tell y'all this. I tell y'all this. Brandon is in a lose-lose situation. He put himself in the corner. Okay? He put himself in the corner. And any move him and his fucked up Democrats do, and mind you, this is a presidential election year, he's fucked. He's done. He is fucked up beyond all recognition. He's fucked. Any move that he makes to try to get him out of that corner, he's fucked. He's done. No, it's like this. He'll never win an election. It's that simple. Or I'll put it in milder terms. It'll be his Waterloo moment. And if you don't know what Waterloo is, guys, look it up. Because Brandon will just be like Napoleon, where he'll be defeated. And I'm telling you, man, we're what's happening in Texas is going to be Brandon's Waterloo moment. And Brandon is about to have his own Waterloo, which is going to be catastrophic. And I don't care what he does, and I don't care what the fuck he does, but I'm telling you this right now, guys. Brandon is going to lose no matter what he does to Texas. Because I'm telling you, optics matter, publicity matters, especially in a presidential election. Every action he does is going to be scrutinized. And I'm telling you right now, the voters aren't going to forget about that going into the ballot box November 5th, 2024, on election day, guys. Telling you, man, telling you guys, Brandon has painted himself in the corner and he has no way out of this. He has no way out. And I tell you this right now, he's fucked himself royally because he wanted to flood this country with illegal immigrants and and be a sanctuary country, you know, knowing that it's going to destabilize this country. Yeah, we don't have the resources to take care of the illegals. We don't. We literally don't. But Brandon and his fucked up Democrats do. Yeah, we, yeah, they do. But I'm telling you guys, the second Brandon federalizes the Texas Army National Guard, he is done. He is finished. He has no way of recovering, and he'll lose in the November presidential election no matter how hard he tries, no amount of cheating is going to save him because Donald Trump will fucking win in a fucking landslide. And I will tell you this right now, guys. Now I'll tell you this. And I'll tell you this right now. Brandon is done. He'll be a one-term illegitimate president, and I wouldn't be surprised if Congress starts talking about the 25th Amendment or impeachment, whichever comes first. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we have to deal with like the laughing hyena, the diversity hire Kamala Harris, but that's a whole other story and a whole other podcast show in itself. But I will say this. I will say this. Brandon is in a lose-lose proposition with Texas. Texas has the upper hand here. Brandon doesn't. Any action that Brandon does to Texas, he's fucked. He's done. He's finished. And basically, in an election year, and any election strategist will tell you every action you do in an election year, people are going to look at that. People are going to remember that at the polls. But yeah. So basically, guys, the left is trying to strangle Texas because they won't bend over backwards and allow illegal immigrants in. They're fucked. They fucked themselves royally. They really do. They really do, guys. They really do. But on another note, man, I want to talk about this. This came up like a couple of days on my social media feed. You remember that like University of Pennsylvania swimmer by the name of William, air quotes, Leah Thomas, the man who claims to be a woman who basically couldn't beat like another man in the same sport and was ranked so dead last at the bottom that he decided to call himself Leah, competed in the women's sport, stole everything from women, and even like was allowed to change in the women's bathroom, made the other women uncomfortable because he was changing and his male 6-inch dick was shown. Now I got wind that this male cheater, okay, which I am calling him by his male name because he's a male cheater, okay? William has now like lawyered up, got a law firm in Canada to sue, okay, to sue the World Aquatics Association to force them to allow him to cheat in the women's swimming competition. This dude got this dude this dude this dude's got the nerve to demand the World Aquatics and the International Olympic Committee to allow him to cheat and steal all the awards and the medals away from the women that have worked their ass off for this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of male entitlement. This is an example of like a toxic masculinity, okay, of toxic manhood. This biological male cheater by the name of William, air quotes, Leah Thomas, is trying to cheat and steal everything that women and young girls have fought and worked hard for. And then you got male cheaters and trans cult activists stealing everything right under the rug from women and girls. And to me, that's that's the height of hypocrisy. That's the height of like sheer arrogance. That is. In a normal society, people like William, air quote, Leah Thomas would not be allowed in society. Nah, in a normal functioning society, guys like William, air quote, Leah Thomas would be thrown in prison and would be put on a fucking sex offender registry for the rest of their fucking natural life because of the fact that he went into a women's bathroom and showed his 6-inch dick in front of them when the women didn't want anything to do with it and didn't want him in their bathroom because he made them uncomfortable. Telling you, man, this dude, like, this male cheater, like, he's got balls. He's got balls to actually cheat his way in. You know what I mean? To try to steal everything. I wonder what other countries will say if they had to send their female swimmers to compete in the Olympics, knowing that they're gonna have to compete with William air quotes Leah Thomas. How do you think Iran's gonna feel? How do you think China's gonna feel? How do you think Russia's gonna feel? How do you think like South American countries are gonna feel? How do you think like Eastern European countries are gonna feel? They're gonna be like, no, we're not sending our women to compete in the Olympic swimming competition with that fucking dude who pretends to be a girl. Yeah. That's why China had it right on this. Demand DNA testing for athletes. Any any mediocre male who pretends to be a female should be subject to DNA testing. It's that simple. And all female athletes should be DNA tested as well too, just so they are biological female. Because the fact of the matter is, this mediocre male cheater has the nerve, okay, has the nerve to literally say like, oh, I should be allowed to compete in the Olympics. Oh, I'm a girl. No, you're not, dude. You're a mediocre male cheater who ranked fucking dead last in the NCAA swimming competition. You ranked so dead last that you decided to call yourself Leah, compete in the women's team, and then move from dead last to number one. No, That's cheating. And the NCAA that allowed this, the women should sue the living daylights out of your asses. The NCAA should be sued to oblivion, basically sued out of existence. All right, you should, because why? If you're a biological girl and you're and you're like a female athlete, what does that do to you? What does that do to you? Knowing that you work so hard in your chosen sport, and then all of a sudden you get some mediocre male athlete who placed dead last in the men's division, all of a sudden comes to compete in the female division and then gets bumped up first place, while you, the female athlete who worked so hard, all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck, man? I worked so hard to get to where I want to be. And then all of a sudden you get this mediocre male athlete who claims to be female, all of a sudden steals everything from all the work I've done. To me, ladies and gentlemen, what the left and the trans cult is doing here is grand theft. It is basically grand theft, sowing the seeds of confusion and basically and then trying to force everyone to question like biology, science, you know what I mean, and reality. It's that simple. It's that simple. But the fact of the matter is, guys, the fact of the matter is, this fucking dude has the fucking balls to sue the Olympics to force them to allow him to compete in the women's swimming competition. If I were the Olympic Committee, I'd say to the William, go fuck yourself, bitch. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Because you know why? You're a cheater. You're you're a loser and a sore loser. Because you know why? Because you don't know the value of hard work. But then all of a sudden, you want to put a one piece swimsuit, okay, and then call yourself Leah, and then make every woman uncomfortable, like, okay? No, you don't deserve to compete in the Olympics. You deserve to compete by yourself. I tell you this. If every woman had to compete against William, air quote Leah Thomas, every woman should just walk off the pool and say, "Go ahead, dude. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Go swim by yourself." Yeah, walk off in protest. Watch how fast watch how fast they change their tune and say, "Nope, we're not doing this. Nope, we're not doing this. I don't care what the fucking left says. We're not doing this." You know what I mean? We're not. We're not. Because I'll tell you this right now. I'll tell you this right now. More and more people are walking away from the sport, especially women, because they're finding out that if they got to compete with mediocre men who claim to be women, I, I go like this. Let the sport go woke to broke. It's that simple. Let them go woke to broke. And then once they go broke, then they're gonna go like this. Well, we can't make money with men who claim to be women. Sorry, we're gonna dump these people and go back to normal, sane reality. Yeah, it's that simple, guys. It is that simple. But anyway, I want to talk. I want to talk about this like article that came from Australia. Okay, I want to talk about this article. All right, I want to talk. There's this like swimsuit company. Okay, there's an Australian bikini brand, okay, that has basically like jumped the shark and has gone Sports Illustrated, and Bud Light. Okay, it has. And this article comes from the UK Daily Mail, the the Australian the Australian News, okay, the New York Post, and the Blaze. All right. So I'm gonna read this article from the Daily Mail. Mona Bikini, Karina Aribi's brand comes under fire for using a male model, Jake Young, to promote women's swimwear after the Sea Fowl saga. Men seem to be trying to take over everything. Okay, so basically, there's an Australian swimsuit brand company, Mona Bikini, owned by a body positive influence, Karina Irby. Okay, so they had this like company, right? They they posted this like one male model modeling a woman's swimsuit, and I'm like, as an I'm like, why would this company want to do this? To put a man, you can and looking at the pictures right here, you can see his male Adam's apple. You can see his male Adam's apple modeling a woman's swimsuit. You could see, and you can tell he probably tucked his junk somewhere or taped his junk up to make it look like he's a girl. But his male right here, his male here is like right there. I'm gonna say this, guys. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right here on the show. I'm an intersex DSD person, okay, guys? I happen to have Kelman syndrome and vitiligo. Part of my Kelman syndrome, guys, I have a micro penis and Baker's genitalia, gynecomastia, okay? So, which means like this I cannot wear men's swimsuits because if I did, I would be accused of being topless and I'd probably be in trouble. So, because of my micro penis and Baker's genitalia and gynecomastia, I can wear women's swimsuits, such as one-piece swimsuits, two-piece swimsuits, and such. I can do that. I can get away with it because of my intersex body. But the fact that you got some dude, some dude who clearly looks like a dude, and you can see his male Adam's apple. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, men look ugly in a woman's swimsuit. Men look ugly in women's clothes. No matter what they call themselves, no matter what they identify as, men look fucking ugly. Okay? The only exception to that is that if you're an intersex person and you happen to have, say, like a micro penis and bigger genitalia or an intersex DSD condition, then you can slide easily into either the men or the women's clothes. In my case, guys, as an intersex DSD person, I look better in a one-piece swimsuit than this mentally fucked up dude, okay, in a swimsuit, okay? The fact that this Australian bikini brand is using a male model who thinks he's a girl, my God, man. Mona Bikini, have you not learned a lesson from Sports Illustrated and from Bud Light? Have you not learned a lesson? The second that you use men to promote or men who claim to be women to promote your brand's gonna fucking sink faster than the Titanic. Yeah. The fact of the matter is like this. Why would this company use a man, clearly a man who has a male anatomy, this male Adam's apple, and probably tucked in his dick, okay? Because he probably tucked in his dick, you know? Why? 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 The fact of the matter is, guys, the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, why? Why? Why, guys? Why? The dude, the dude clearly looks ugly as hell. And seriously, seriously, as an intersex DSD person, I'm gonna say like this, guys. I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna say like this. Men can never wear women's clothes no matter how fucking hard they try. Men can never. They can never, ever wear women's clothes no matter how hard they try. Okay? They can never. They can never, ever. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, the fact of the matter is, their male DNA and their Y chromosome is a fucking dead giveaway. It's that simple. I don't care if they tuck their dick, whatever, or tape it up, whatever. Still, they can never pass. They can never pass no matter how fucking hard they try. They can never pass. They can never. They can never. And I tell you this, guys, as an intersex DSD person, I can get away with it. I can get away with it a lot better than some dude who thinks he's a girl. Yeah, I can get away with it. I can. I can. But I'm sorry, Mona Bikini. You're about to get a Bud Light moment. Okay? You're about to get the Dylan Mulvaney treatment. And if your company goes under, yeah, sucks on you. You know what I mean? Sucks on you. But I'm telling you, man, you're about to get the fucking Bud Light treatment, Mona Bikini. I'm telling you, man. Telling you that company in Australia is about to go from woke, and I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year if I hear them go completely broke. Would not be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. I would not be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't, guys. I wouldn't. But anyway, guys, before we end this whole charade and show today, I want to talk about these two articles from the Post Millennial and from Breitbart, okay? It's, you know how on Dan Bongino show that he was talking about how there's a well coordinated group of leftists who are seeking to prevent Donald Trump from being president of the United States and who is seeking to keep the Democrats in power by whatever means necessary, including political violence, okay, including committing election fraud, including committing every RICO statute violation, including treason and sedition. Well, Breitbart did some good research here, and there is a well coordinated group, okay? There's research that was done by a Northeast Florida based conservative grassroots activist, Jessica Bowman, that shows the intricate links between these groups, just how sophisticated their operation happens to be. Bowman, the secretary of the Libertarian leading Republican Liberty Caucus, was so alarmed by what she found, she provided this research to Breitbart News exclusively ahead of its public release. The first installment of this bigger investigation into these well-funded, highly organized leftist groups is here in this story. Okay? basically is like this. I'll read you the gist of the headline from Breitbart. I was going through the second paragraph. A well coordinated, well funded, and high powered network of leftist organizations led by a group whose efforts 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Rodham Clinton promoted is behind the push to remove former President Trump, the 2024 frontrunner for president, from any party from the ballot, Breitbart has learned. And I'll read you the second paragraph of this, but it's much broader than that. For years, this network of leftists grew from a powerful, vast left-wing conspiracy unmasked a decade ago to now being the dominating force on the left, determined to stop Trump at all costs. What's more, these leftists clearly control what top Democrats are saying, forcing their leadership to adopt their narrative. They even regularly openly brag about controlling what the sitting president of the United States says, taking credit for the Democrat illegitimate President Joe Biden's dark reelection campaign messaging when Biden has warned of the MAGA extremists. So basically, like this, guys, you have a Northeast Florida based conservative grassroots group who did research into this. There is a group, there is a well funded, highly organized group of leftists being like headed by Hillary Clinton to basically stop Donald Trump at all costs. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is not treason or sedition, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact of the matter is, guys, you have groups, leftist groups, who are pushing, okay, who are pushing to stop Donald Trump and the MAGA cult at all costs. And the head of this leftist group is called Indivisible. Indivisible is a far left, radical leftist, extremist terrorist group who is hell bent at stopping Donald Trump. And these are the far left, radical leftist groups that are controlling Brandon at the same time. These people are dangerous. These people are the most dangerous individuals in this country. I'm going to say this on this podcast show. Anyone who's associated with this group should be investigated for RICO statute crimes, for treason and sedition, and if found guilty, should never see freedom ever again. Should be in a prison, in a maximum security prison, and never ever see sunlight ever again. These people are clearly a threat to democracy, to freedom. And yet the left says, oh, the MAGA cult's a threat to democracy. Oh, the MAGA cult this, MAGA cult that. You know what they're doing? They're gaslighting. They're gaslighting and projecting. Whatever like this, whatever they're doing, whatever they're accusing you of, they're doing it themselves. They literally are. And I'm telling you this group is well funded, well versed, and they're basically paid by the highest powers in the far left, including George Soros. Yeah, the fact that these people are hell bent on trying to stop Donald Trump from being president of the United States should alarm you. If these far left radical groups are interfering in an election and they're accusing the other side of the very thing that they're doing, folks, if it were up to me, the entire Democrat Party should be abolished in this country. It should be abolished because, to me, The Democrat Party should be investigated for every RICO statute crime out there in the book. They should be like basically criminally investigated and criminally prosecuted. They should. The fact of the matter is, guys, the fact of the matter is that like we're finding out that these far left radical leftist groups are trying to interfere in the 2024 presidential election. I'm gonna tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Be very, very scared. If these people are gonna do whatever it takes to interfere in a presidential election, steal the presidential election like they did in 2020, if Trump gets in, Trump should literally hunt these people down. Literally have these people hauled into federal prison and basically never, ever see the light of day. They should never see freedom. They should never, ever. The fact that Breitbart and this grassroots group is finding out that we have far radical leftists who are hell bent on staying in power and hell bent on preventing Donald Trump from being president and trying to rig and steal an election. These people should clearly be hunted down and thrown in the fucking deepest hole the federal prison has for these people. These people clearly should not be trusted whatsoever. They should not be trusted with anything. They shouldn't be. And to me, guys, I look at it like this. These people are a threat to the U.S. Constitution in this country. They clearly are. And I'll link these articles in the description, okay? Like I do with all my articles that I talk about. But the head of the network, the far left radical network called Indivisible, yeah. You know their claims, the reason for existence is remaking our democracy. Yeah, no. It's basically they're trying to overthrow democracy. They're trying to distort, overthrow. And to me, these people should be run out of country. These people should be run out of country. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. I believe in freedom and liberty and the Constitution. I believe in those three things. But what these people want to do is take all that, wipe it on their ass, and shove it in a toilet. It's disgusting. But the fact of the matter is, these people are a threat to democracy. These people are a threat to freedom and liberty and everything that we hold near and dear. These people are, guys. Yeah, they really are. Wow, that was a loaded show today, guys. That was a loaded show. That was, guys. That was. I promised you all an hour. I give you an hour. I give you my opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs. I really do, guys. I really, really do. Yeah. So anyway, I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. Nikki, your host. I gotta do a diaper check just to make sure that my diapers are still functioning, still there. I hope you all have a good day. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.